Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's wait 1 minute so we let all the guests and all the audience to join us. Hi, everyone. Okay. I think that one of our guests is having some issue, but Joanna is here, so we will start the session now. Thank you for all the people that are joining this session. It's really an honor for me to have this discussion with Joanna and Enrico. Today, we're going to talk about ESG reporting. We will not focus our attention on waste, even if JLL and Adier are our Nando clients, but we'll talk about in general what is it and what does it mean ESG reporting for big corporates in the real estate sector and also in the service sector like an airport. I give the floor to Joanna. So Joanna, you can introduce yourself and then I will ask some questions.
Yeah, sure. Hi, very nice to meet all of you guys. I'm reading some of the comments. I think one of it's asking whether it's in Italian. Unfortunately, no, I can speak Italian. I am Joanna. I'm actually based in Singapore. I'm the APEC CRE sustainability lead in JLL. What that means is that I lead and take care of all our JLL portfolio in APEC, from Australia down south, even New Zealand, all the way up north to China and India. So my key role is not so much focused on just ESG reporting, but data collection on our Scope 1 and Scope 2. What can we do to our APEC real estate portfolio to reduce these emissions? So very nice to meet all of you guys and happy and very excited to be here.
Okay, we have also Rico. Finally, hi Rico. Nice to see you. Can you hear us? I think there are some internet problem from his side. So Enrico, we cannot hear you. So when you're available, you can chat us. I will mute you. Okay, so Joanna, I think we can start from you. JLL is one of the biggest real estate company worldwide. I will ask you what kind of tool and framework right now JLL is using to measure environmental performances, not only in the headquarters, but also in the real estate portfolio. And what are the key challenges that you have to face to ensure accuracy, comparability, and transparency?
Sure. So this is a very, very big question. Let me just break it down into two parts for you. So yeah, let's look at the first one. It's what are the tools and data framework. Then we can talk about the challenges itself. So for us at JLL, these environmental performance is no longer a side matrix. It sits along our cost, our risk, and our experience and how we run and advise on this real estate portfolio. So what all this big thing means is that we need a very robust data. We need very consistent tools and very, very clear framework and governance of how we put everything together. So when we look at our tools itself, specifically for our Scope 1 and Scope 2, we have our inbuilt JLL platform. So we use this platform called Azara. It forms as the spine of how we collect data. So we work with external parties first to data collect our scope 2 electricity, put it into from the invoices into a consolidated data, and then we embed logic and AI throughout Azara to make sure that these numbers are accurate and it reflects what is actually on the ground. So that's the key thing about scope 1 and scope 2. With this in regard, I just like to share that for JLL sustainability, the work is not just about the operation. It's not just about looking at your electricity, reducing your electricity during the operational side. Our sustainability integration works throughout the entire real estate cycle. What do I mean by that? Is starting from how we select the site, meaning collaborating with our base build landlord, how we put in the green clauses, how we design, and then how we operate. So by saying the whole bus of things, you have to imagine the amount of data we need in order for us to put in the right or make the right decision for sustainability. So I just shared about Azara earlier on. We also have green leasing tools and framework in place to make sure we track these data and assess it when we pick the right kind of office for our real estate portfolio. So this is on the data side. I can go on very, very long, but I'm also very, very cautious of the time that we have. Yeah. So maybe I'll go on to the next part. So just now I talked about the tools we have. Then let me talk about the next part, which is the framework. So we can have the tools, and the tools is important. But how we use the data, how we use the tool, it's the key. So for us, we set very, very firm framework at each stage, who's in charge of what, who's the owner, who's the oversight to ensure this end-to-end holistic sustainability reporting. So I'm going to pause there for a bit. Please feel free to put in any comments. Subsequently, I'll be happy to address it. So let me quickly go on to your third part as to the key challenges. So the first number one key challenges that we have is, as with a lot of data, it's accuracy and completeness. So a lot of these portfolio, they may have gap, missing meters, inaccurate utility invoices. So how do we tackle them? So typically we use and embed AI within our portfolio to look at that. Secondly, it's also because APEC is quite unique in the sense that it's quite fragmented. What I have in India may not be implemented or workable in Australia. So I have to mitigate and standardize all these processes, taking into account of these nuances. And the third key one is engage your collaborators. Without your workplace team sending in the invoices, you can't put everything together. So in a nutshell, these are the tools, these are the challenges for getting sustainability right in the real estate industry.
I have a question for you, Joanna. But when you talk about Zara, it's a tool internal from JLL or it's an external supplier?
It's something we built. It's something that we use. Yeah.
Okay, clear. I have another question for you, Joanna. I mean, right now sustainability is even much important, considering also all the issues that right now we are facing with energy. How do you think that emerging technologies like IoT, AI can help real estate in achieving sustainability goals?
So I think this part on you cannot act on what you haven't and didn't measure is very, very real. So with technology, AI, it can really help us measure correctly and put in the right solution that can help us get our sustainability goals. So there are many sustainability goals. I can just cite an example. You're trying to reduce your carbon emission in terms of electricity usage or energy consumption in your office. However, if you're just getting the data from your invoices, is it enough? How do you know that there's an abnormally, like for example, there's a spike in lighting control in one area? You can only do that by having a real-time analysis into the meter consumption. So this is something that we are working on right now to have it real time, so we know that, oh, there's a spike in energy consumption in this area, or there's a spike in energy consumption even though the office is being closed. So these are some of the things how IoT AI can help us make our sustainability goals even closer to what we target to be.
Thank you, Joanna. I have the pleasure also to introduce Enrico. We fixed all the connection problem. Enrico, can you hear us? Enrico, can you hear us? I don't think so. Or maybe there is a delay. Just 1 second. I'm in contact with Enrico. Enrico, because we can see you. Okay, in any case, Enrico, when you can hear us, please speak. In the meanwhile, I will go on with Joanna, because I think that she has a lot of things to do about JLL sustainability strategy, of course. I have another question for you, Joanna. You talked about the importance of measurement to improve. Right now, what is the most important KPI that JLL needs for the sustainability reporting? So, I mean, you mentioned the electricity, of course. There are also the waste data, but for sure, for a real estate company, it's quite different. What is the most important KPI that you have in your agenda and you track daily?
So I have to put some context because I am the person holding the key to the portfolio. My scope is typically for scope 1 and scope 2. But if I push it up to more high level basis, there is always this part on scope 3, which is the client emission. So as a whole, I think JLL entire corporate sustainability is also focus on the scope 3 and how do you reduce scope 3. So putting that aside and focusing on my role and my KPI, it's really how do we ensure my scope 2 is net zero, because we have a 2030 net zero goal. I have 2 prongs to doing this. One is ensuring energy efficiency. I do not just want to buy a renewable energy certificate. We would need to do that at certain time, definitely. But before we try to do that, we try to focus on energy efficiency. So that's where data AI comes along and help us with it. And because we're in a real estate business, employees is also our focus. So at the same time, we also look at things like productivity, health, into many of my KPI aspect that we want them to be part of sustainability.
Okay, totally clear. I don't know, Joanna, we are waiting for Enrico, so you have still 2 minutes if you like to go deep in a question, and then I will, you are free to continue your daily activities. I don't know if you would like to investigate deep for the audience something else.
Yeah, sure. Let me see whether there's any question from the audience or
exactly.
Enrico's
Exactly. So if you have audience, if you have any question for Joanna, you can type. Enrico, now you can hear us, I
Maybe
think, because
maybe I can
yeah,
hear you.
yes, finally.
Really,
Okay.
really sorry, everybody. I don't know why my connection would not like to join this webinar. Sorry, sorry,
Don't
really
worry.
sorry.
Don't worry. We will finish
Maybe it
the
works.
session with Joanna, and then I will give the floor to you. We have a question from the audience. So let's share if you have any example, challenges, mistake that you faced managing sustainability data in your day-to-day work.
Um, Maybe one of the very key things that we said. So remember just now when I shared more about challenges, one of this thing is called engage, engage, engage. Currently, we are tracking out our electricity or our scope 2 via invoices. One thing that we see is that this invoices doesn't come from us because we don't pay the utility. It's from another team, another workplace team. So if the workplace team doesn't give us the right invoice or doesn't give us the invoice fast enough, this will be a huge problem. So we will have missing gaps and missing data. So one of the key thing or key aspect that many will overlook is they take it for granted that those team will send you the relevant data. But you remember your role is not their priority. So the key thing for you to do is really to engage, engage, engage. Get to
Engage.
the right level of leaders, have it cascade down because our work involve both the leaders setting up the vision for the different business line and the groundwork, the workplace team, the people who are in charge of invoice within the office to send it to us. So this is a key point that many overlooked, that they think, oh, this is a very high level thing that's set by leader, but no, you need to engage all parties from the leaders to the ground team that is handling the day-to-day in the office. So I hope that answer your
Clear.
question.
Clear. And second question, do you have any KPI that, for example, a small company, if you like to give an advice to a large or small company, if you have any KPI in your mind that they have to, where they have to focus their attention to see tangible data, tangible result as soon as possible?
I think it really depends on where are you at your stage of sustainability and the
Totally agree.
scale that you're looking at. So the very first basis, it's really to track data. Of course, working with partners like Nando, ensuring that you are tracking the right data. Only when this is in place, then you can talk about initiative to reduce what is needed.
Okay. Now, Joanna, before answering the last question, I would like to give the floor to Enrico because we have only 10 minutes. So, Enrico, can you hear us?
Okay,
Yes, I
can you hear me?
think yes. Yes.
Yes, I'm connected with the phone and I received the call, so I
Okay,
can
okay.
switch off the incoming calls. Sorry.
Don't worry, don't
Um,
worry. So, Enrico, if you would like to introduce yourself, and then I have other two questions for you.
Okay. Yes, my name is Enrico Mazzoli, and I'm in environmental sustainability team in Aeroporti di Roma. The company manages Rome Fiumicino Airport and Rome Ciampino Airport, and we partnered with Nando some years ago. So I'd like to share some experience from my side. I don't know, Fabrizio, if
Yes, yes.
I can show some charts.
Yes, if you want, you are willing, you
I
can do what you
can't
want.
I can't by phone because this platform doesn't show me the sharing button. I don't know if you can share my presentation. I send you.
Yes, yes. If you send the
Uh,
presentation, you can share it.
I sent to you by emails some minutes ago because I cannot share from this platform.
Okay. Yes, I see it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, yes. I will share it. So, just 1 second. Sorry. This one, this one. Okay, let's do in this way. No. Um, okay. Just 1 second. Is loading. Okay, Enrico. The floor is yours. When you want, I can move the slide. So tell me.
Yes, thank you, Fabrizio. I would like to show how we leverage environmental data, working with Nando to enhance our sustainability across an airport operation. So, in the first slide, Fabrizio, I would like to make all the attendants understand what is sustainability in an airport environment, because and the first thing to remember is the airport is not just a building, but it's a complex ecosystem, just like a small city. So Rome Fiumicino Airport, just like the first door to the Italy tourism, had more than 50 million passengers per year. And we have inside hundreds of commercial operators, service provider, construction contractors, and logistics partners over the operational operators and the passengers. So this means that environmental impact comes from thousands of daily activities, the consumption of the package of the passengers, the retail operation, constructions and works. So data needs is it's essential to understand the behaviors and to make some actions to optimize the entire sustainability matter. So instead of simply reporting indicator, we increasingly use data to identify inefficiency and to guide the improvements. We understand, as you may see in the slide, that one of our big pillar of our sustainability and circular economy strategy is about passenger waste, because they make the most significant stream inside the terminal, especially due to food and beverage packaging. So the real issue is not only the quantity of waste they generate, but the quality then of segregation in order to make them recyclable and to make them recyclable. So please, Fabrizio, if you can move to next slide. We start partnering with Nando and experimenting with the high-powered smart bins. So we created together a solution to engage, like Joanna said before, in this case, passengers to be more accurate when they throw their waste. So Nando help us to monitor with the sensor inside our bins what kind of waste does the passenger throw, and the tablet, the monitor can help us to understand what they need to throw, because environmental awareness of passenger are really different across countries, across cultures. So this tool can help us to help passenger to make the right choice if they pay attention. And the AI powered smart bins, as Nando can prove, has been trained with more than 200,000 image, can recognize over 70 waste types. So it's a really robust solution that can help us to make passenger to drive passenger behavior. So the key insight that we can analyze with the data collected is which materials are the most frequently disposed, which waste stream are the most frequently missorted, uh, and how passenger behavior can evolve over time. So if we can make all the visuals more efficient, more clear to drive the correct behavior. For example, during the pilot, we discovered that the plastic beverage bottles were among the most frequently missorted items. So please, Fabrizio, in the next slide, we can see the real data. Just a quick example of what we can monitor with Nando during our last months, and among with several smart pin that we can monitor across our Terminal 1 in Rome Fiumicino Airport. So the solution allowed us to design uh, target communication campaigns directly on the smart bins. Because of by this data, we can understand what are the missorted waste. First of all, plastic bottles. So please, in the next slide, Fabrizio, we developed together the visual campaign in order to have a real impact. So to help with a nudge passenger to sort correctly the waste, and we have a very good result. So about plastic bottle campaign. We have a more than 60% of reduction of the unsorted plastic bottles. So the people before throw also plastic bottle in a paper bin, in unsorted bin. With the solution, we help them to put in the plastic bin so we can recover and recycle it. And we made other campaigns also with the paper cup, with the bag tag, and they also worked. So visual communication had a really high impact to the passenger. Moreover, with Nando solution, we can also interact with passenger and know if they are satisfied and with the interaction. And the satisfaction rate was above 80%. So it was really nice, and it's really appreciated by passengers. In the next slide, so we put what are the key data inside that we can focus about the plastic bottles. So plastic bottles numbers went down, and also segregation rates goes up. Why it gets down? Because in our airport, people not doesn't need to throw their plastic bottles before security checks for the EU legislation, as you may know, but it can keep with them. So we use also Nando solution with the tablet to send this message to the passengers. So the volumes comes down, and also the segregation rate goes up. In the next slide, also we like to share that with this solution we can help also operations, so we can monitor the bin fill levels in real time. So we can optimize with dynamic routing the cleanliness of the bins when they are to be fulfilled so much, and moreover, we understand what is inside the unsorted, the general waste bin, because we can understand with the Nando solution what are the wastes that are inside, and we see that more than 90% are recycling materials. So there is plastic, there is paper, and so on. So there is a great opportunity, data-driven, with data-driven evidence, to make an environmental impact, so to pursue some improvement actions, Moreover, to gain also a financial gain, because every unsorted waste is at a higher cost for Rome airports instead of recycling recyclable waste streams like plastic or paper. So this is also a financial opportunity. Uh, so the relevant metrics in the end to summarize is that there are three highlight that I would like to share with you, that the segregation performance indicator help us to guide our optimization efforts. Also, material composition of the passenger waste stream is a really important aspect that can make us make understand what we can do upstream with the packages that can be sold in our terminal. And also the third pillar is to work with the passenger, and the indicators can show us what are the passenger behaviors. So this data can help us to make a better decision and support both the circular and circularity and environmental sustainability goals, but also with a financial opportunity. Oh, just in this slide, as I mentioned, we try to work upstream. So, what when the waste is generated upstream? So, when does the packaging are sold? So, we are working towards a guideline for beverage packaging in order to be more easy to passenger to understand. Um, what is the right bin, reducing the complexity of the packaging that they manage in our airport. So these are an example of the actionability and improvement that we can design, starting from the evidence and the data collected by Nando.
So I think that's it. Enrico, I would like to thank you because also ADR it was one of our first client. So we are working together since several years, and it's a pleasure to understand that Nando supported you not only in terms of sustainability performances but also operational performances. So it is an incredible case study for us. I think that we have a question from Maria. Rico, can you share an example of how data insight have directly led operational improvement of sustainability gains? I think is the slide number. It was this one. No, it was the slide with the operational activities. See, I think it's this one. Yes, filling level. I believe.
Oh, okay. We are working about the operational optimization, because our cleaning business model is about to be we have people that made several different activities inside our terminal operation. So they not only empty our bins, but they clean also pavement or make other cleaning activities in the building. So we have several activities made by single operator. So the dynamic routing could be help us to gain some operational efficiency, some time, in order not to make an ordinary loop from the first to the last bin inside an hall, like in our Terminal 1. We have more than 40 bin like this. So this is not a loop as a cleaning activities, but we can make dynamic route, gain some efficiency in order to make the activity better, or to make some time gain.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Okay.
I think that that's it. If the audience doesn't have any question, also because we are running late, and also Enrico and Joanna, they have the day-to-day activities to do. So in the slides you will see the name of Enrico and Joanna. So if you want to you can reach out them on LinkedIn. I would like to thank you both guys, because I think it was a really insightful session, and also it was a pleasure. It is a pleasure work with you daily. So thank you again for your time and your attention. And if I receive some question from the audience via Nando, I will forward everything to you.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
bye.